Alright, both teams are ready to go. Let's get this one started. Dignitas versus Veloce. Losers round 1, just like the NLE Triple Trouble Series. Winner advances, losers eliminated. I said we were going to play Champions Field, but we've just started this one on Manfield Night as well. I do love me some Manfield Night. But let's get into it. I definitely have Dignitas as the favourites here. They were able to beat Veloce in group stage, rather they were able to beat them in RLCS. And Dignitas obviously have been one of the most impressive teams this tournament. Only losing an extremely close Game 5 to NLE. And besides that, losing to SRG, who have looked like the best team in the tournament. So I could see Dignitas not just winning today, but even making a run through the whole lower bracket. They've still got to beat Endpoint in the next round if they do make it past Veloce today. And then, of course, the winner of Espanyol Triple Trouble will await them in the following round. But I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I'm going to make a prediction here that might be a bit bold, but I think Dignitas are going to go all the way to the Grand Finals through lower bracket. And maybe even win the whole tournament. But we'll see. I still think Dig are tournament favourites, not going to lie. I still think they are. Don't know about you guys. Oh, well. Before we can start talking about tournament favourites, maybe I should keep a keen eye on Veloce, because they've got the opening goal here, and that's a whiff from Yukio that's allowed Flame to come in for the open net. Nice read, though. And maybe Veloce can make another surprise happen. They've been a team who are full of surprises in terms of their results in the past year. Not so much a surprising team with their plays on the field. You know exactly what you're going to get when you play against Veloce, but that doesn't make them an easy team to go up against. They're already good at what they do. But both these teams lost, of course, in the upper round 1. Dignitas 3-1 by SRG. Veloce 3-1 by Espanyol. That's composure from Yukio. He's denied any offensive opportunity by Casio on the other side of the field, though. Dignitas haven't had too much success getting the ball out of their own half so far this game, or getting any of their passing plays going. You always have to watch out for them, though. It doesn't take long for Dignitas to explode out of their own end of the field. When we did talk to Senzo from SRG after their win against Dignitas, he said that they're the fastest team that he's ever seen. And I think that looking at how quick that series was, I would tend to agree that SRG and Dig, they certainly look like the fastest teams this side of the pond. But Veloce are keeping up here, and they've got the one goal that separates the two teams so far. Azrael hits the ball the wrong way. Nobody's in the middle to receive it. Now Yukio looking to bring it down. Had to keep ball cam off there to see what Freaky was doing. That didn't help him get the ball past him, though. But so far this has been a very impressive midfield display from Veloce. They've done so well to deny Dignitas any opportunities on net, and it's rare to see Dignitas this empty-handed when it comes to chances on goal. So often a team who create opportunities left, right and centre. Back pass from Panda brings Yukio into the game, but he has to start all the way from his own half here. Casio's denied him. Now here comes the passing play of Dignitas, and just like that, a fast shot on target, but there were two back and ready to deal with it for Veloce. They know exactly what Dignitas are trying to do. They know that the passes are coming. Great coverage again by Veloce. They've got the goal covered, they've got the backboard covered, and every single time that a play comes in, they've got the ball challenged as well. Dignitas are getting further forwards right now, but they're still not getting any really threatening chances on net. Veloce have had good answers to everything so far. There's only a minute and 12 left in game one, and this is why Veloce are so feared in the EU scene. This is why they're so difficult to beat. They're keeping one of the best offenses in the world at bay here, and they're making it look like a routine effort, like a training ground display. Perfect rotation start to finish for Veloce. Freaky intercepts and dunks on the incoming challenge. Just 40 seconds remaining in game number 1. And Veloce have got the better chances throughout the match. They started well, and they're still playing well. Dignitas really looking lost with regards to what to do in this sort of position. Good speed by Yukio. Tries to pre-flip into a block, but he doesn't make contact. Freaky almost puts in another goal. Again, Veloce look the more threatening of the two teams. You can put that down somewhat to Dignitas extending forward with multiple players to try and create a goal, but well, you can't deny that Veloce have played well here. And they're maybe going to be the toughest challenge for Dignitas on the run to a potential grand finals. This could be their real semi-final game in round 1 of the lower bracket. Veloce, of course, didn't play all that well yesterday when they lost, or no, it's 2 days ago rather, when they lost to Espanyol. But this is more of what they're used to. They're more familiar with the Dignitas playstyle. Played against them, they've scrimmed against them a lot. They know what to expect, and they certainly have confidence in their own ability to make this series a close one, certainly win it. You know, I was certainly, well, it looked like I might have been too early to call Dignitas as the tournament favourites because they're already up against it here. I do think that this is the hardest series that Dignitas will have until the SRG rematch, if it ever happens. Veloce taking the full time here just to talk over the game 2 plan, just to prepare for what's about to go down. Dignitas unable to score in 5 minutes of gameplay. Veloce, of course, quite famous for 1-0 wins. Nobody looks as comfortable on a 1-goal advantage than they do. Oh, that was already the best chance of the game for Dig. Panda put it into the crossbar. They're coming forward again. Nice interception by Casio. He read exactly where that pass was headed. And it's already a 1-0 lead for Veloce again. Casio dispossesses them, then fires on target before Yukio is ready. Yukio did have boost there, but his position on the near post was awkward. Didn't have much of a run up. Casio has been impressive. He's the player who was almost out of a team a couple seasons ago, but joined up with Freaky and Flame, and since then looks to be playing his absolute best Rocket League. Makes you wonder why he was ever benched in the first place from that triple trouble lineup. 45 seconds in, Dignitas down by 1. Flame able to stick the ball in a position that no Dignitas player can really react well to. And that in a nutshell is what Veloce do. They just make the game awkward for their opponents. They don't give the opponents easy hits on the ball at any time. And Dignitas, they don't look themselves. That passing play, something we're used to seeing from them. All 3 players finishing with an infield and a shot. But we had one shot earlier on in the game from Panda that just went straight into the bar. Now we had another shot into the post. They're not hitting the target with these, when usually we're used to 100% accuracy when Dignitas are on the field. Again, Casio comes forward. He's actually followed this ball himself. Couldn't get the read on the bounce with it. But with 100 seconds gone in game number 2, the score is the exact same as it was in the last game. And Veloce, they look good. Nice cover by Freaky. Let the ball into the center, but followed it all the way when it did go through. Casio up against Yukio and dominates him in that aerial challenge. That's a bit of an overcommitment there by Veloce though, and now here come Dignitas on the counter-attack. Astral hits the ball too hard, it gets away from him. That was a real chance for them. It's rare to see Veloce commit 2 players to a corner play. Nice control by Astral. He's past 2, but Casio has a free hit at the back, and he doesn't want to hit that directly at the Dignitas goalkeeper. Good placement to the side. Yukio not able to get up fast enough for this one. Still, Dignitas are really struggling. They've had better chances in game number 2 here, but they haven't had any powerful shots on target. Veloce have. That was almost another one. Post to the rescue for Dignitas. Now Cassio's up uncontested. He rifles on a target. This is so impressive by Cassio in particular. But all of Veloce definitely stepping up and making Dignitas look second best right now. Yukio down the field to Azrael. Flames missed it. He's covered by Cassio. Only a minute and 50 seconds left, and Veloce look comfortable despite the fact that they're letting a few shots through. Dignitas' accuracy has been quite poor in the second game here this series. Unusual to see Dignitas go 2 games without scoring, but that's where we're headed unless they can make something happen here. For all of Azrael's tricks, he doesn't get very far here. Veloce send Dignitas back into the half with nothing but a center ball to celebrate, and they're not going to be celebrating that at this stage in the game. Cassio, he's been the main force offensively for Veloce. He's keeping Dignitas guessing. He's keeping them under pressure. Just does a good read on when he can reach the ball and when he can make a play on it. Veloce just making Dignitas look easy to deal with at the moment. They're walking the ball around them. They're playing it away from them. And Dignitas not able to connect and deliver their usual blistering passing plays. 40 seconds left in the game. Panda taken out of the frame by Freaky. That's a nice interception by him. Azrael has to just give the ball to the sidewall, and Flame makes it 2. Dignitas are in trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. Azrael just gives the ball away here, and Flame fires one on target. There was no chance for the goalkeeper on that play. And unless major changes are made, Dignitas are going to be making an early exit here. What a surprise that would be. Finally they get something. It's not the prettiest of goals, but it will do. 24 seconds left in the game. Azrael just forces one in. Good speed as he arrived in the middle. But really, that's a disappointment for Veloce. How are they letting a centre ball like that roll into the middle uncontested after defending so well all game and all series long? To concede like that is not what you want to see if you're a Veloce fan. Azrael looking for a double off the corner. Actually gets it on target, and that's last-ditch save from Freaky. Azrael turns with it. He's up in the air again. Azrael coming to life late in the game, but he's denied by Cassio. Nice early challenge there by Cassio. Yukio has to keep it up here into the middle for Panda, who can't get there. And Dignitas lose again. They're taking the same hard road in the series as NLE did in the first one of the day. Veloce have just had easy mode. Dignitas today, they're not just winning, but they're winning comfortably. The one goal they conceded should never really have happened. I'd usually expect Veloce to have that angle closed and denied, but Dignitas really need to step it up here. They're not playing anywhere near as well as we're used to seeing from them. Oh, it looks like I've been bugged out of the lobby here. Oh, wow, this is really surprising. I thought Dignitas would come in a lot faster and a lot more successful offensively in this one. When they started against SRG in the upper bracket, they were the team who dominated game 1. They were just unbelievable. They looked like they were going to wipe the floor with SRG before SRG stepped it up and came back, before they made their own adaptations. But now it's Dignitas who have to adapt. They are really in a bad spot here. They've just been dropped down to the lower bracket by Sandrock Gaming, and they've got a very, very tough Veloce team waiting for them there. 2-0 for Veloce. Let's get into game number 3 here. Sorry for the screen freeze. That game just tabbed for some reason. We're back in it now. Let me know in Twitch chat if it's all good. Dignitas have made game 7, or they've made best of 7 reverse sweeps happen in the past. You can never count them out, but they really won't want to go that far today against Veloce especially, who are very difficult to beat multiple games in a row. That's nice defense by Azrael. Had to thread the needle there. 2 players coming in to dunk him. And a nice save from Panda, but that's not what you want to hear me saying if you're a Dignitas fan. You want to hear a nice shot, and there is a nice shot. And of course it came from an infield pass. You wonder, where does this play been all day? Because Dignitas are usually so good at this, and they make it look so easy here. 138 kph from Yukio. Absolutely blasts it over the line, and they're finally ready to play against Veloce's game. Panda dunked on. It's off the post. That's dangerous for Dignitas. Astral fakes a wall shot. Just wanted players to back up in front of him there. Now Yukio to the corner. It's over him towards Panda, who's denied by Freaky. Fake challenges are coming in. Lots of different angles from Dignitas here. They want earlier pressure onto Veloce, but not necessarily pressure that's going to take them out of the game. And they are looking infield to create opportunities, as usual. Veloce are very used to this kind of playstyle, though they've defended against this all season long in RLCS, where the infield passes are so common. Casio with a good mind game. It's kept out by Astral though, and that's a great 50-50 by Astral. He's got a little bit of boost to play with, can't land on the ball. Otherwise I'm sure he would. Dignitas are looking better in game 3 than they have in both of the games before, and by quite a long way also. Confident challenge by Yukio. Casio has to knock it into the bar. Passing down from... Oh, what a thread that is from Panda. He's done so well here. It's Astral down to Panda, but look at this shot. So quick and so accurate. Freaky and Casio were both there. Panda puts it past both of them. 2 minutes in, 2 goals up for Dignitas. Maybe this Champions Field was what they were hoping for. I mean, they didn't get a great result in Champions Field against SRG. This is a map I meant to start today's series on. We accidentally started on Manfield Night. But since there was a restart of a game anyway, thought might as well end up on the intended map. Oh, what a pre-jump. That's off target, but so close for Astral there. Panda nailed the pass as always. And you can forgive Veloce for not reading that one, but they just have to look out for that infield. It's been a problem for them in game number 3. And even in defense, Dignitas are making it work. Astral to Yukio here. Look how far back they make this passing play happen. And that's a lesson to all of the upcoming players watching. You don't need to be in the final third. You don't need to be in attack to pass into the middle effectively. Dignitas, one end of the field to the other there in the blink of an eye. And they're making this series look brand new here. They've done well with this third game. This is exactly what they needed in order to get back into it. Still a long way to go. But this is the start perhaps for Dig. Nice pass by Veloce. Casio. Flame couldn't get the end of it. Astral popped up high. Yukio's there. Panda with a follow-up. He's going to knock it on target. Saved by Casio as he dives off the bar. Dignitas will be quite happy with what they've done so far. They don't need any more goals here. They just want to take any opportunities that they get, but really avoid conceding in the meantime. Good cover by Yukio. Panda was in an awkward position. Still a long time left in game 3. Another pass goes undefended into the middle. Panda shoots it straight into the goalie though. Yukio's up uncontested. Casio with another good save. But the follow-up from Astral goes across the line. Dignitas making it look easy in game 3. Where on earth has this Dignitas been all day? They've been so much more aggressive in this game. They've been so much more confident, following up on each other's plays. And really for me, the main difference has been their positioning off the ball. In the first 2 games, we didn't see many options for passing plays to happen because everybody was just queuing up behind the ball. Now there's so many opportunities for them because they're moving into that far side of the field, into that back post area, out of the line of sight of the Veloce defenders. A minute left in the game and they lead by 4. Flame into the bar. Casio's following him up. He's hit it into the bar as well. Veloce definitely lacking when it comes to clinical finishing in this last game. Freaky covers one infield pass. They're going to have to do a lot more of that if they're going to keep Dignitas at bay for the remainder of the series. It looks like we're having a very similar series to the one we just saw. First 2 games going comfortably in favor of one team, and then the other team coming alive in game number 3, reminding us why they are in this tournament, reminding us why they're the favorites in this matchup as well. But the first series of today was an upset win, in my opinion. Very close one, Game 7 overtime. And seeing Veloce win a Game 7 overtime after what we've seen so far today is really not out of the question. Dignitas getting this win, you'd expect them to take us further into the series for sure. But will they need overtime in order to get the win? Maybe, maybe not. Only time will tell. At the beginning of the comeback for Dig, a very successful 4-0 win. Offense looking like what we expected. And Veloce, you know, they defend well, they rotate well, but if Dignitas play their game, I don't think Veloce have the tools to stop them. I don't think the Veloce have got, you know, the speed. They've got the ability to read Dignitas to perfection. We'll see. They did well in games 1 and 2, and all they need is for Dignitas to let off the gas a little bit, to slip up ever so slightly, and Veloce will be right back in the driver's seat. Still, of course, with a 2-1 lead this series. Great save by Astral. There's some more pressure coming in. Casio from close range. It's another save. This time Panda. Astral's going to recover and take it all the way clear. No flip reset for him. But Dignitas really need to prevent Veloce from getting an early goal in any of these games, because if they do concede early, you know that Veloce are just going to sit back and try and hold on to that lead. They don't need to take any more risks at that point. And that's when Veloce are most comfortable. This is Dignitas' chance to really exploit the weaknesses in Veloce's defense. Astral decides to go grounded here. That's a phenomenal pass, and Yukio puts it in off the bar. Looks like it took a touch off the Veloce defender. How about this from Astral though? Gets past the same player in 2 different directions, and Flame really didn't have a chance. Yukio just smashed it straight onto the crossbar. And already Dignitas ahead by 1. They've turned this series around. Good cover by Yukio, and Freaky's kickoff goal opportunity. Flame now coming in the other way, and already an equalizer for Veloce. Great play by Flame. The fact that he can get on the end of this ball himself is so impressive. He's the one who played that into the wall in the first place. And that's some really nice placement on the shot. He's put it directly over the goalkeeper's head. Minute into the game, we're already seeing goals for both teams. That's a first this series. Violent Panda to Astral, blind pass, and it's a beautiful shot as well. Look at the communication for Dignitas. Panda didn't even have to look to know exactly where Astral was. They already called it, and the shot was too good. 2-1 Dig. That shows just how good these guys are at knowing exactly where to position off the ball when they're playing at their best. I think they do that better than any other team. We didn't see a lot of that in the first 2 games this series, but now it's happening all over the pitch. Yukio was an option on the far left there. Freaky. Long and down the middle of the field. Yukio actually with an awkward touch, in fact, but 2 players are out of the game here for Veloce, and here comes Astral. For once, the pass from Panda didn't give Astral many options. Infield towards Freaky now, but he's denied by Yukio. Yukio down to Panda towards the goal. Casio's awkward, it's on the goal line, and Astral puts it in. But Casio just totally fell over here. He had an easy clear, but it looks like he didn't know where the post was. He tried to use the sidewall to help him out with this one. He planned to dribble up the wall with it by the looks of things, which isn't a bad play if you're in the corner, but you can't do that when you're on the goalpost. 3-1 to Dignitas, but one of the first huge defensive misplays that we've seen from Casio and from Veloce all day. Dignitas now look comfortable. They're starting to make moves off the ball. They're starting to find ways through the Veloce defense. But speaking of ways through the defense, Freaky spotted quite an easy one here. A Panda that's got landed on there by Astral as he came off the wall. That was less than ideal, and Freaky just saw the open net staring him in the face. Dignitas give a free goal right back. Yukio into the air. He's going underneath the challenge here. Nice reaction by Freaky. He saw that coming. And here comes Astral. He's into the crossbar. Panda's following up well. Top corner shot saved by Casio. 2 did jump for it though. There's a chance for Astral. He's saved by Flame. Nice defense on the goal line by the Veloce members. They had to save several shots in a row there. And notice the positioning off the pass there on the back wall. Freaky already making a run into the middle. He knows that there's a high likelihood that the wall clear will go down into the middle. Dignitas are not the only team on the field here who are making good moves off the ball. It just usually ends up being moves off the ball defensively to knock on clears a bit further. That's the sort of plays that Veloce like to make. Of course, Dignitas more known for making moves off the ball like this in offense. Astral arrives at the perfect time, and the pass was right into the position he wanted. Panda with a great delivery. That's one of the main differences between these two teams. We're seeing moves in the counter-attacking positions from Veloce, and in this sort of matchup, Dignitas are trying to provide each other with options as they move the ball into the attacking half of the field. Yukio out of the game. Casio flip reset, and now the dodge into the ball, but he was too far away from the goal to really have Dignitas under any real threat there. Really important the Flames clear didn't touch the ceiling here. Nice save by Yukio on the knock on from Casio. Casio's actually knocked this down. It almost landed on Flame. What a pass that would have been. I don't think Flame knew much about it. Still would have been incredible. Everybody's respecting Astral in this play, but they should be looking at Yukio because he's the one who's popped it into the bar. And that's a problem when you go up against Astral. He's so well known for the flip reset plays that you expect him to land every single one of them. He misses one here, but it's still an option for Dignitas to work with. 3-2, 5-2, sorry, but a 3-goal lead. And it's just like the last game. All too easy for Dignitas to find the target, all too easy to put the ball in the net. Credit to them for stepping up their game. I don't think they made any major game plan changes other than giving each other options as they run off the ball. Another one here, Panda puts it in. And when Dignitas are making moves off the ball here, when they're in all this kind of space, it's so easy for the player making the pass. You could even go for a pre-jump here, expecting Panda to return the ball. But this is the Dignitas everybody expected to see. And thankfully for them, they arrived before it was too late, because Veloce were really making life difficult for them in this matchup, and they still might. We're going to be all tied up with only 3 games at most left to play after Dignitas tie up the game here. Tie up the series, I should say. Veloce are not done yet. They've had a little go at the end of the game. Looks like it's too little too late though. 4 goals necessary, and with Veloce's methodical style, they're just not going to have any chance at the end of this one. Would have needed some crazy kickoff luck or plans in order to get anything happening, and Dignitas, they've been too fast in this 4th game, too fast in the 3rd game. Their movement off the ball is causing problems for Veloce. It's one thing to want to play a reactive play style, but it's like playing Rocket League on hard mode when you try and play reactive against Dignitas, because they move off the ball so well. They give each other so many options in different passing lanes, up high, down low, into the middle, off the backboard. Doesn't matter where you are as a Dignitas player on the ball, you've probably got somebody in your screen or even off it calling for a pass. But we're all tied up now. Veloce had the perfect start today, but Dignitas have had the perfect response. Who's going to play the better business end of the series? You've got to put your money on Dignitas here, surely. The more experienced of the two teams, the more successful of the two teams, and the team who have won most recently in this matchup. So a reminder for anybody who's just tuned in, we are playing best of 7 today. It's best of 7 for the rest of the playoffs in this tournament. This is the last series of the day. Playoffs will resume next Tuesday. One of these teams isn't going to be playing next Tuesday, isn't going to be continuing on in this bracket. And if things keep going the way they are, it's going to be Veloce eliminated, because look at Dignitas go. That's just gorgeous. Panda to Astral, to Yukio, to the back of the net. No one from Veloce even close to getting a save on that one. Dignitas just running rings around them. I know I've asked the question a few times today, but where was this Dignitas earlier on in the series? They're playing so well now. They're linking up so well. You know, props to them. They didn't make any huge changes to their playstyle. They didn't stop playing their game. They decided, you know what? We're losing 2-0 here. We haven't scored in 2 games, but we think that we can fix that problem by just playing our style better. Now it's up to Veloce to see if they're going to make the same decision. They're really struggling here. That's a good block by Flame on the infield pass. So what do Veloce think is the problem here? Are they just losing this matchup because they're not playing well enough, or are they losing this matchup because they're giving Dignitas too much space to make their plays happen? They've got to very quickly find the answer to that question. And if they get it wrong, it's going to be a quick series from here because Dignitas are playing so well. Astral over the top of 1. He's still got enough boost to go over 2. No pinch to knock the ball center though. That's a hard hit from Veloce to back up Dignitas again. Panda able to get the ball past 1 and 50-50 with another. That's always a good result when you're taking the ball out of the back corner. Great speed by Casio there. Beating Astral to the punch, but it's Dignitas who are making minor improvements in this position. They went from being backed up in the corner with hardly any boost to play with. Now they break out their own half and they've got plenty boosts on all members. Yukio quickly down the line. Decides to go up high with the pass, but that's going to be too dangerous for anyone in Dignitas to follow up early on. Panda back into the middle. Casio decides to keep it in the defensive corner. Nice knock on by Freaky again. Always looking for those little touches to help his team clear the ball. Astral looking for a teammate in the back corner. All he gets is Casio, and Dignitas are still in a bit of an awkward spot here. Flame with a mind game onto 1. He's carrying on all the way. A nice save by Astral to deny Flame the opening goal of the game for Veloce. Still half the game to go. Dignitas haven't had as many chances as they did in the last 2. Veloce having more success getting rid of the ball, getting it out of their half. They've still got so much time. I don't expect to see Veloce really throwing everybody forward for a long time yet. They'll feel like they're getting somewhere here, even if they haven't scored. And oh dear, Yukio almost puts that one onto his own net. Of course, he was trying to pass that one to Panda. Panda receives the pass here. Everybody's sitting so deep for Veloce though. They're ready to sweep up anything that comes through. Freaky to Casio. Back to Freaky. That's another ball that's gone wicked onto Dignitas net. Dignitas have to be so careful here. They keep on redirecting the ball towards their own goal. They're their own worst enemy in this game. The 2 closest goals for Veloce actually came with Dignitas touches. 1 minute and 40 remaining. Astral a bit behind the ball here. What a pass though. Nobody saw that one coming. Didn't look possible for Astral to get there. Nice save by Flame. Another infield pass. Shreds the defense of Veloce. Astral back to Yukio. Panda waiting in the middle. Nice 50-50 by him. And it's straight into the middle. Look at this from Dig every single time. Blind passes into the center of the field where they know there will be somebody waiting. 2 bumps by Panda. Another one looked for by Astral. He's going to pre-flip to back pass this to Panda. He's trying to look for Yukio at the back post there. And here comes Veloce on the counter. Casio all the way down the line. Down the middle, I should say. He's bumped the goalkeeper, and it's just off target by Flame. And that might be the best chance that Veloce are going to get. Dignitas are on full retreat. Here's another for Casio. That's too far off target, though. Too slow as well. Veloce know that they need to do something right now. They're trying to get offensive opportunities created. Casio out wide. Freaky waits there, but he can't keep up with it. Or can he? He will, in fact! It looked like the initial plan was to fire this one into the middle, but Freaky's just let the ball bounce into the center, and he's shot underneath the pre-jumping Astral. Very surprising there. Nice little mix-up by Freaky. Usually when a pass goes out to the sidewall like that, it will get immediately launched into the center by the man on the wall. Freaky actually with more of a 1v1 or 2v2 play there, just bringing it down for the shot. It's worked out well. It completely caught Dignitas off guard. They had no idea that Freaky was just going to shoot that ball. And then they're giving themselves a real chance to steal this game. Late in it, Freaky towards Flame. Great interception by Yukio. This is anybody's game. Dignitas haven't had the domination that they showed us in games 3 and 4. Dignitas starts off with a good kickoff. Cassio's speed is still causing them problems in the air though at times. And here comes Flame on the deck. He decides to shoot it straight at Astral. And a double commit, Astral and Yukio both going for it. That means that Panda can't really commit on that pass. And he's been dunked on by Cassio. That's so risky for Panda there. Definitely not playing a clean game 5 here. Dignitas struggling at times. They've had some very questionable touches. And they're playing so aggressively here. They're giving Veloce options to come through. Flame can't get in the end of the pass. So many demos coming through though for Veloce. Dignitas are in trouble. And Violent Panda just knocked it into the middle. Almost a chance for Veloce to score again. Veloce looked the more threatening so far in overtime. They've had the better ending to this game. Dignitas are right back to their game 1 and 2 problems. Freaky on target, saved by Panda. Chance on the counter. Yukio mishits it. He caught it with the side of the car, but the pass back was good. Yukio off target again. And that was the best chance of overtime for Dignitas. Now Astral, mind games while landing the flip reset. Over the top from Yukio. Panda's going forward for the follow-up. Dignitas really committing hard. They're looking for the goal on this offensive play. Yukio wanted to see what the goalkeepers were doing on the play. They did beat him to it. Down the line to Freaky. And that's on target. That's a fast one. Freaky's accidentally landed on the ball to clear it. Could have easily been the game again for Veloce. Dignitas look vulnerable on the counter-attacks. But it's actually Yukio who takes it. And an extremely back-and-forth game 5. Dignitas win. How has Yukio managed to recover that quickly? That is outrageous. He took contact on his landing and it seemed to have helped him somewhat. He just bounced right back into the air there. Beat the goalie to the ball. But man, Dignitas had to work for that one. It wasn't plain sailing like games 3 and 4 were. They're still in the driver's seat. They've got the double match point, but they took risks this game. Veloce had chances. They will feel like they've let one get away from them. Can Veloce take us to another ace match today? We saw one to start off the stream. We saw NLE and Triple Trouble go to overtime actually. Will Astral connect to the lobby? Yes, he will. Game 6. 3 wins in a row for Dignitas. The third one was a much harder one to get. They really had to work for that. But are Veloce going to be down and out of it now mentally, because that was a real chance for them to get back in this one. Flame doesn't get the contact that he was looking for there. He's scored some pretty good solo plays already this tournament though, so you can't really blame him for going for that, even though it's a very difficult play. Yukio and Freaky both reading Astral's miss there. Nice recovery by Panda. He's come out of a 50-50 here and kept flying with the ball. So risky though by Dig. They're throwing multiple people forward, and I don't think that's the solution against Veloce. When Veloce have the ball, you really don't want to throw yourselves in at it. Obviously when Dignitas have the ball, making aggressive moves into passing lanes, that's more than acceptable. But it's these risky plays off the ball that Dignitas are struggling with last game. Now that's much better. This is such a good follow-up by Panda. We saw the exact same play with role reversal earlier on in the series. This time it's Astral to Panda to the goal, and Dignitas are just running away with it. 4 in a row is how they want to finish this. Still, I think, tournament favourites, you could say. They don't have to bracket reset if they do make it all the way to the grand finals, remember. They only have to win a best of 9 while starting with a 1-game disadvantage, which is, I think, a more doable thing than a full bracket reset, 2 series in a row win. But who knows, maybe it's not with Dignitas for wanting. Oh, that's a brilliant shot by Astral. He didn't have a long time to adjust there between the first touch and then the shot on the backboard, but couldn't get it on target. Veloce, wait patiently. Their late equalizer in the last game will give them hope that they could do the same in game number 6 here. Dignitas coming forward, looking for that second goal. They are so much more comfortable when they can lead by many. That's not usually the signal for Dignitas to start defending, but you know, having that 2-goal lead, it just lets them go full out offense. Yukio actually passes into the middle here. Looked like he had a shot as an option. Panda back to Astral, who's right into the air. Lands the reset. Nice coverage though by Freaky, I think it was, but it's still follow-up from Panda that goes in. There was actually Flame on the back wall here. He got the touch. It was a bit unfortunate that the 2 touches by defenders went straight into the middle for Veloce, but that's what happens when you're forced to commit to a save with multiple members. That's just what happens when you're up against a player like Astral. You can't reliably save the ball with just one man. You have to double commit at times. Great save by Panda. Jumps over the demo. Makes good contact on the ball. Flame's shot is just far too slow. And now here comes Astral again. Doesn't have a flip this time. And he's challenged well from behind by Freaky. Dignitas 2 minutes away from winners, or from losers round 2, sorry. This is a result that won't surprise many people, but I think the order of the games will surprise quite a lot of people. Especially if you're here to see games 1 and 2. The way that Veloce won, they looked comfortable. They made Dignitas look quite normal, and Dignitas had to really step it up as they went into game 3 to get this series turned around and into their favour by a large margin. But Veloce have got some real problems here. Remember, they're out of the tournament if they don't get a win in today's series. And it doesn't look like they're even going to go to game 7 at this stage. So Yukio's pass actually falls to Flame though. Casio with a good shot. It bounces wide after Azrael's touch. Panda has to jump at the near post. Veloce again coming forward late in the game, trying to get something going, but they need 2 goals here, not the one that they needed in the last one, and that's problematic for such a defensively oriented team. Veloce not able to find a way through here. Dignitas playing a bit more safely now than they did in game 5. Not committing forward with so many members and leaving each other alone at the back. 40 seconds to go. Veloce need 2. And Dignitas don't look like they want to give them anything. Why would you? They want to go out with a statement here. Yukio makes it 3-0. And they're just too fast. Veloce just couldn't get the ball clear. Great finish by Yukio as well. He knew exactly where the ball was going to bounce down, and with 31 seconds to go, Dignitas about to win 4 games in a row. Veloce brought the best out of them today, but it looks like their tournament is going to end here. 7th and 8th place, 7th place tie I should say, with NLE. 2 teams who finished top of their groups are about to be eliminated from the tournament. And that's just showing you the quality of this tournament as contained. Only 3 RLCS teams will remain after today. Dignitas will play against one of the other ones in the very next round, that being Endpoint. But that's GG's. Veloce are out. Dignitas advance. Their tournament's still alive. They still have a chance to win the whole thing. And if they can keep up their current streak there, 4 games in a row, they can play like they did in the last 2/3 of this series. I still stand by my prediction of them being tournament favourites, because when you get to a grand final, when you get into those really high pressure situations, that's when you expect Dignitas to thrive, and that's when you expect lesser experienced teams, you know, like Sandrock Gaming, like Singularity. That's when you expect those teams to struggle. Remember that top 3 will contain Singularity and Sandrock Gaming. The remaining teams on the lower side of the bracket are fighting for the last spot in the top 3 of the competition, and that's why I've got Dignitas coming out as the favourites here. If they can make it out of this lower bracket, you know, they're one step closer to doing so now, then I could easily see them beating whoever loses in the winter finals, and then you're almost at a clean reset in a grand finals versus either Singularity or Sandrock Gaming. But yeah, GG's and goodbye to Veloce. They had a good run here, but unfortunately, after sweeping their group, they've lost 2 in a row. The exact same results that NLE had. They've swept their group, and then they've lost 2 in a row in the playoffs to be eliminated. But it's a really tough playoff bracket. There's no easy wins here. And Veloce, after losing to Espanyol, they just put this entire tournament on hard mode for themselves, because they knew that Dignitas had already lost to Sandrock. And I mean, Veloce, they knew that whoever they lost to, or whoever loses this matchup, is going to be a really tough one. But that's what happens when you make a risky dive to the lower bracket. You might just run into a team like Dig. Will Astral connect to the lobby? Yes, he will. Game 6. 3 wins in a row for Dignitas. The third one was a much harder one to get. They really had to work for that. Are Veloce going to be down and out of it now mentally, because that was a real chance for them to get back in this one. Flame doesn't get the contact that he was looking for there. He's scored some pretty good solo plays already this tournament though, so you can't really blame him for going for that, even though it's a very difficult play. Yukio and Freaky both reading Astral's miss there. Nice recovery by Panda. He's come out of a 50-50 here and kept flying with the ball. So risky though by Dig. They're throwing multiple people forward, and I don't think that's the solution against Veloce. When Veloce have the ball, you really don't want to throw yourselves in at it. Obviously, when Dignitas have the ball, making aggressive moves into passing lanes, that's more than acceptable. But it's these risky plays off the ball that Dignitas are struggling with last game. Now that's much better. This is such a good follow-up by Panda. We saw the exact same play with role reversal earlier on in the series. This time it's Astral to Panda to the goal, and Dignitas are just running away with it. 4 in a row is how they want to finish this. Still, I think, tournament favourites, you could say. They don't have to bracket reset if they do make it all the way to the grand finals, remember. They only have to win a best of 9 while starting with a 1-game disadvantage, which is, I think, a more doable thing than a full bracket reset, 2 series in a row win. Who knows, maybe it's not what Dignitas were wanting. Oh, that's a brilliant shot by Astral. He didn't have a long time to adjust there between the first touch and then the shot on the backboard, but couldn't get it on target. Veloce, wait patiently. Their late equalizer in the last game will give them hope that they could do the same in game number 6 here. Dignitas coming forward looking for that second goal. They are so much more comfortable when they can lead by many. That's not usually the signal for Dignitas to start defending, but you know, having that 2-goal lead, it just lets them go full out offense. Yukio actually passes into the middle here. Looked like he had a shot as an option. Panda back to Astral, who's right into the air. Lands the reset. Nice coverage though by Freaky, I think it was, but it's still follow-up from Panda that goes in. There was actually Flame on the back wall here. He got the touch. It was a bit unfortunate that the 2 touches by defenders went straight into the middle for Veloce, but that's what happens when you're forced to commit to a save with multiple members. That's just what happens when you're up against a player like Astral. You can't reliably save the ball with just one man. You have to double commit at times. Great save by Panda. Jumps over the demo. Makes good contact on the ball. Flame's shot is just far too slow. And now here comes Astral again. Doesn't have a flip this time. And he's challenged well from behind by Freaky. Dignitas 2 minutes away from winners, or from losers round 2, sorry. This is a result that won't surprise many people, but I think the order of the games will surprise quite a lot of people. especially if you were here to see games 1 and 2. The way that Veloce won, they looked comfortable. They made Dignitas look quite normal, and Dignitas had to really step it up as they went into game 3 to get this series turned around and into their favor by a large margin. But Veloce have got some real problems here. Remember, they're out of the tournament if they don't get a win in today's series. And it doesn't look like they're even going to go to game 7 at this stage. So Yukio's pass actually falls to flame though. Casio with a good shot. It bounces wide after Azrael's touch. Panda has to jump at the near post. Veloce again coming forward late in the game, trying to get something going. But they need 2 goals here, not the one that they needed in the last one. And that's problematic for such a defensively oriented team. Veloce not able to find a way through here. Dignitas playing a bit more safely now than they did in game 5. Not committing forward with so many members and leaving each other alone at the back. 40 seconds to go. Veloce need 2. Dignitas don't look like they want to give them anything. Why would you? They want to go out with a statement here. Yukio makes it 3-0. And they're just too fast. Veloce just couldn't get the ball clear. Great finish by Yukio as well. He knew exactly where the ball was going to bounce down, and with 31 seconds to go, Dignitas about to win 4 games in a row. Veloce brought the best out of them today. But it looks like their tournament is going to end here. 7th and 8th place. 7th place tie, I should say, with NLE. 2 teams who finished top of their groups are about to be eliminated from the tournament. And that's just showing you the quality of this tournament has contained. Only 3 RLCS teams will remain after today. Dignitas will play against one of the other ones in the very next round, that being Endpoint. But that's GG's. Veloce are out. Dignitas advance. Their tournament's still alive. They still have a chance to win the whole thing. And if they can keep up their current streak there, 4 games in a row, they can play like they did in the last 2/3 of this series. I still stand by my prediction of them being tournament favorites.